Hi, and welcome to my channel on mental health. Now, struggling with poor mental health, struggling with oneself, how one's feeling with emotions, thoughts. The thoughts may become very scary, making oneself feel very unsettled within oneself. The fear there, fear around it all, the anxiety around it all, and quite often getting withdrawing within oneself, like basically shutting down and with I'll get my words right in a minute, going within oneself, what we call the inner world and our inner self, and quite often everything may become overwhelming, very consuming, trying to cope with everything, but sometimes it can become very difficult to cope with. Now, we say talking has many benefits to help us to process those feelings, those emotions, those thoughts, how it affects us within ourselves. Talking, like I said, has many benefits. It helps us to process things better, helps us to helps to prevent many things, like from like getting worse, I should say. I will get my words right in a minute. I'm getting a bit confused myself. Anyway, yeah, so it helps us to overcome that feeling of being overwhelmed and being able to process things in a better way, being able to cope better, finding better ways to cope in a situation that may be causing oneself to struggle with poor mental health as well. So talking has many benefits, but also it can become very difficult to talk about what is going on, our feelings, what's going on with oneself. Maybe the fear there, fear maybe of those thoughts that may occur. The thoughts sometimes may be scary, and maybe talking about those things, maybe wondering, am I going to be believed? Is someone going to listen to me and believe me, or believe that person of how they are feeling? The trust there. Trying to explain as well how one is feeling can sometimes become very difficult within oneself as well. But like I said, talking is very important to do. It's very beneficial, and it can help take that one step forward to be able to cope better with your mental health in those crises, in those difficult moments. Like I said, quite often we may pull away from all that, but it's very important to talk. The benefits there, processing things better, being able to, you see things in a different light when you talk about those feelings, your thoughts to somebody. You process it better. You see it in a different light. You see that there's another way, a better way, or better ways of coping in that situation, coping with your mental health as well. Like with the CBT therapies, it's a form of therapy. You talking to friends, family, the Samaritans, the talking lines, the Samaritans, there's other listening lines as well that you can get. So it's very important. It's a form of prevention, because quite often, things may occur, a crisis may occur within somebody with their mental health, and pull away from all that. and everything becomes too overwhelming, too consuming, and it can put somebody in a dangerous situation, a difficult situation with their mental health. So it's reaching out and talking to somebody about those difficulties, explaining the best way you can, that how it's affecting oneself. There are people out there that will listen and be able to guide you in that right direction. So this video, basically, I'm doing this video to try and encourage, like I said, you can't force somebody to do anything. You can't force nobody to talk, but we can give people that support and encouragement there. So this video is about talking about how one's feeling when in difficult moments, struggling with poor mental health. So if anybody is out there that is watching this video, or if somebody's watching this video that knows somebody that's in that situation, to just reach out and talk to somebody, with things that are going on now with the cost of living crisis. It's affecting people's, not just their health because of not eating properly, but it's affecting people's mental health as well. So it's very important to reach out and talk to somebody, to be able to get yourself through those difficult moments, those difficult feelings that you may be experiencing as well. Like I said, it can process things better. Maybe sometimes we may think when we're talking about how we're feeling, it brings up a lot of stuff to the surface, because like I said, quite often we can withdraw within ourselves and hide away from those feelings and those thoughts, how it's affecting us. So when we do talk about it, it brings things to the surface, and it's all about letting go of those difficulties, learning to let go of those difficulties that are occurring, to be able to cope better and move forward to gain better mental health as well. Like I said, there's other things that you can do to help if you're struggling in a situation with poor mental health, or if you're in a crisis. Reach out. That's your first steps. Reach out for that help, that support there. There is support there. There are people out there, like your friends, your family, and so forth. Early preventions to prevent things from becoming things be getting too much out of hand as well. But like I said, when we withdraw within ourselves and we start to talk about it, that in itself, like I said, can be a bit difficult, because like I said, it brings things to the surface. When you start to talk about it, after you've talked about it, then you may be there thinking about what you've just been saying. So it brings things to the surface. So you're thinking, it's all going on in your head, but it's like a process. It's processing things. That's what's going on. It's processing things. But sometimes it can become a bit consuming as well with it. So little tips as well, little things you can do if you're finding it difficult once you've spoke about it. You've been talking to somebody about it, it's still there. It's processing, but it's there, and everything sometimes then, like I said, becomes overwhelming. So a little tip to get yourself through that initial period as well is to, have something in place that you can do after you may have gained that confidence there, because a lot of things is as well, it's confidence So once you gain that confidence to talk about those thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, what is going on, your struggles there, is to, after you've spoke about it, maybe have a plan in place to have something to focus on. Just for 20 minutes or so, something you can focus on. I don't know, maybe go out for a walk if you can, you know, be a bit mindful towards yourself. It helps you stay in that present moment, mindfulness do. So going out for a walk, reading, anything, it's just something that you can focus away from what you've just been talking about. So it helps you to let it pass, let all that pass, so it doesn't become too overwhelming, because sometimes it can become overwhelming when you hold things in within oneself, and it gets a bit, the mind becomes confused and so forth like that. The thoughts become confused, and sometimes it can be very frustrating as well. You have to excuse the sunlight shining through at the side through the window, but yeah, so it becomes very frustrating when the more things are held in within oneself, our inner self. Sometimes the anger's there, the frustration's there, which causes then mental blocks, the mental blocks there. And so the longer it's left, it becomes more difficult to do and process. And that's where the danger is if you're struggling with poor mental health as well. It's early preventions, learning, like accepting what is going on. Talking can help you as well, not just process those feelings and emotions, but accepting oneself of how you're feeling, the acceptance there, but also as well is addressing the problem, the root cause of why, what is going on with oneself. It's very important. So this video basically, like I said, is about the benefits of talking, the struggles, around mental health, like mental health and so forth like that. It's very important. Reach out if you're like I said, if you're watching this video maybe and you're in that situation, you're struggling, you just don't know what to do, is reach out and talk to somebody. Talk the best way you can of how you're feeling. Explain it, that sometimes it may become difficult as well to explain it, but explain it the best way you can. Talk it out of your head, how you're feeling. Take that step forward and reach out for that help, because it can benefit you, and so you can move forward in recovery to help with your mental health as well. So I'm going to end the video there, and please share this video because it's very important. People are struggling with their mental health and maybe not knowing what to do, and just by it may be a simple thing to some people, but for others it's not. Talk about your feelings and emotions. Reach out, phone the Samaritans or friends, family, somebody. Talk to somebody, because it can help you better your mental health. It can help you, it can prevent many things from occurring as well. So yeah, please share this video, and if you wish to subscribe to my channel, feel free to, and I'll see you in the next video.